Do wings turn you gay, Headmare Twilight?
Twilight Sparkle, ruler of Equestria, raised an eyebrow towards her companion.
What do you mean?
Silverstream, ambassador of the Hippogriffs and her former student, smiled back at her from across the coffee table they were having their tea on.
You heard me. I was wondering if you become gay after becoming an alicorn, or if you were always gay. I'm not sure if I understand the question, Silverstream.
Twilight said, now furrowing her brows. She side-eyed her guards standing at either side of the room's door, hoping for any help they might be willing to offer via their facial reactions, but they looked as stone-faced as ever.
There are plenty of creatures who are born gay that do not have wings. Take Lyra and Bonbon, for example. There are plenty of straight creatures with wings as well. Wait, really?
Silverstream asked, tilting her head.
Like who? Because I've been thinking about this for a while, and there's not a single creature with wings that I could think of who is exclusively attracted to the opposite sex.
Twilight blinked.
Well, are you straight, Headmare Twilight?
Silverstream wondered.
Vaporwave, Vapor Trail and Sky Stinger.
Twilight blurted out, her cheeks burning up.
They're married! They have a beautiful little colt together. They're straight. Well, they're in a straight relationship,
said Silverstream.
But what if the last Wonderbolts reunion is anything to go by? They're not exclusively straight. Come on, Headmare Twilight. You saw Sky. He sucked so many dicks that night, he nearly beat Professor Rainbow's record.
Twilight shook her head.
What about Vapor Trail then? I've never... Who do you think was eating her ass while she watched her husband get his face railed by those studs?
Silverstream laughed. Twilight looked up to her guards, more explicitly this time, but they were of no help. She sighed. The heat in her cheeks started to feel like a raging fire.
Well, let me think of somebody else. You can't,
Silverstream chirped.
I have tried. Well, let me try,
Twilight hissed.
There's not Professor Rainbow or Fluttershy, not Commander Flash Magnus, not Captain Thunderlane, not Captain Rumble, not Sambula, I can personally tell you that, and not Scootaloo either.
Silverstream rattled off, her cadence bouncing up and down musically.
Creatures? I was tempted to say princess. Dragon Lord Ember, but after getting in touch with Smolder last week, I can no longer say that. There's Smolder herself, but she's kind of anything goes. Spiky Wikey, maybe? But there was that one time I walked in on him and Prince Shining Armor and Princess Cadence at the School of Friendship's annual Heartswarm. Enough of that! Please!
Twilight interrupted, waving a hoof in Silverstream's direction.
Okay, fine. There are a lot of gay Pegasi. There are! Silverstream said. And now, we're back to my initial question. Were you gay before you had wings, or after?
Twilight trailed off. Why didn't she know the answer? Did she even know that she was gay or not? Who had she been attracted to in her life?
I had a crush on Flash Sentry back in the day, and that was right after I had become a princess.
Silverstream blinked.
Is there anything more gay than being attracted to Flash Sentry? Like, no matter your gender?
Twilight squinted.
Touché. Let's see. Was there anyone else in my life? I'll admit that I've thought about a few of my close friends very flatteringly, but romantically, it always felt too weird, like I was choosing favorites or something, but all of that was after I had gotten my wings. I guess maybe wings make you gay if you assume that I only started having bisexual thoughts after becoming a princess, but it wasn't like I interacted with many creatures before I was an alicorn. Other romantic interests, though... well, there was Fizzlepop Berry Twist, but then she settled down in the Crystal Empire and started seeing that old friend of hers.
Silverstream said something in reply, but Twilight's hearing tuned her out for a second as she frowned. Fluttershy and Discord, Pinkie Pie and Cheese, Rarity and Spike, sometimes, and Rainbow and Applejack. And then there was her. She'd been left alone, hadn't she? But she wasn't like, she was bitter about it, no, not until now, anyway.
Oh, fucking shit.
Twilight's eyes widened as she thought more and more about it. Was she lonely?
Headmare?
Silverstream asked.
Did you hear me? No.
Twilight answered.
I'm sorry, I spaced out for a second. What were you saying, Silverstream? Well...
Silverstream said, and it was now that Twilight noticed the hippogriff seeming nervous. Her wings slightly flared and the fur on her chest was puffed up.
I was explaining that, my graduating class's 8-year reunion is happening next week, and, I was kind of feeling a little weird that everyone else hooked up, and I still haven't yet. And I know that the reunion isn't a competition or anything, and I'm not going there to judge any creature about where they are in life, but I still want to show up and impress my friends. You know that. Well, what could be more impressive than showing up with our former Headmare as my Tate? Which is why this conversation just happened.
Twilight's blush felt like it contained the heat of 1,000 suns.
Oh.
There was a knock at the door. Twilight turned, about to send whoever it was away, but Silverstream held up a talon to stop her. The door opened, and in came a suited unicorn stallion with an ice bucket and a bottle of kava. "Your wine, Lady Ambassador, Your Highness," he announced, placing it onto the table before bowing out of the room. Twilight swallowed, staring at Silverstream.
You would like to get to know you, Headmare. Better, I mean. Please?
Silverstream begged, voice growing smaller as her words went on.
I know this is weird, but I think it could be fun. You always made sure that we knew an important part of friendship was having fun.
Twilight's eyes raced over Silverstream's form, looking at her in an entirely different way than she had ever thought before. The pastel pink hippogriff was beautiful, and was no longer a teenager and no longer her student. She was pleased to be around her. She made Twilight laugh in a way that Pinkie used to, and it still did, but less often now that she had a little cheese to take care of. Twilight had always considered herself to be a rational mare. Reason was, where she sometimes had a little more trouble, she definitely knew that. On occasion, she could be unreasonable. As much as any pony was. Maybe even more, but as far as finding any reasons to say no to Silverstream, she could find none. Twilight went to answer, but was stilled by Silverstream's earnest gaze, waiting patiently for an answer. Was she sure about this? Was she sure about taking that risk? Twilight began, but stopped. She thought on it for another few seconds before she looked at Silverstream right in her sparkly, ocean blue eyes.
You're gonna have to stop calling me Headmare. Deal.
Silverstream said, the ghost of a smile on her beak.
I have a question, though. Yes?
Twilight said, and her heart was racing.
Is Mommy a good replacement?
Twilight's heart nearly burst out of her chest. Her wings shot out, stiff as boards, and in the process of backing up she caught the expressions of her guards, blushing brightly, eyes slightly wide and hoping, and, above all else, hopeful. Silverstream giggled nervously.
Too strong?
Twilight breathed in, then out. Do or die. It still wasn't too late. She turned to her guards.
Please, wait outside, boys.
Before ending off this nice, sweet, and funny little fanfic, I'd like to give a big shout out to my exotic donators. Yoshi Super Saiyan 2, Peter Coulthard, Nicholas Springthorpe, Dospo, David D. Sanchez, Dwight Cornel, Gagi, Secret Moon, Starlight Glimmer, Trey, Pokekillerzach, SoulDragon, Dak Britton, and Joe Piercy. Thank you all very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.